how do I get my babies to sleep? How do I get my babies to sleep? My baby slept through the night. It's the question I get so often. And I believe I came up with this Kezi theory, the Kezi theory of how I got my babies to sleep. So today I want to share that with you guys, because this baby is the bomb. We've just woken up and we've slept through the night like teenagers. I love it. Do teenagers sleep? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so let's just jump into that. So I'll tell you how it started. I used to work, and when I was in the office, I was pregnant with my firstborn. And I used to just walk up and down the whole day. Sorry, may I please have my microphone? Sorry, Todra, this is not for you, this is for your mother. So I used to walk up and down the whole day, all day, going for meetings, going to this person's desk. I used to just, I wasn't still. I wasn't sitting still. I was walking. And the more I walked, that was probably when I was pregnant from week 1 to like week 20. I would just work and walk. And I noticed that when I was walking and working, my baby would rock to sleep. So I wouldn't get any kicks, I wouldn't get any flutters. What is happening? I would just swing the baby and sway the baby to sleep. What is it, mommy? Excuse me. And so at the end of the day, when I would get home and I would sit down, that's when I would be like, wow, I'm so tired. And I would sit down, and when I sit, my baby would play. And I was like, is it playtime? And so the thought process is that when you're walking, you're rocking your baby to sleep. And when you sit down, your baby senses that now you're still, so the baby can start playing. That's what kicked off my theory. And so when I was 7 months, I have a video, by the way, of what happened when I was working. You can just check in the description below. But I stopped working. And I got home and I changed everything. Sola, what is it, mommy? Sandy. Okay. Now do I go on? What is happening? Wait first. Can I tell my story, please? So, finally I got home. I was at home, and I changed everything. From working and walking up and down through the whole office, what I would do now is I would sit down and I would stitch. I got my sewing machine and I just started sewing. And the whole point was to sew. I wanted to make my child custom made things. So I would sew. The whole day I would sit down and I would sew. And I noticed that my baby was playing through the day. So when I'm sitting down and I'm sewing, my baby's playing. It was confusing because now I'm feeling the opposite. When I'm going to bed at night, my baby now was going to sleep. And that's when the theory began. And the theory is this. When you are pregnant, your baby actually knows what's going on. And so when you're walking around through the day, your baby is alert and is aware and is listening and hearing. And the more you walk, the more you sway them to sleep. And so your baby has this preconceived conditioning. And so your baby has already been pre-set to sleep through the day and to wake up at night. First of all, wait first. Okay, so here's the real theory. As you're walking around through the day, you're swaying, right? So you're literally moving and your baby can feel the motions. And so what happens is that they fall asleep. And when they fall asleep, they're trained to do that through the 9 months, that every morning when you wake up, they fall asleep. And then at night, when you're tired, you've closed the day, everything, you come, you sit down, your baby then starts playing. And so I believe that babies are actually born with the opposite system because they're in your womb, because you're swaying them in the morning, in the daytime, and then in the evening, when you're coming to sit down, they're now able to play. So my theory was this, to flip the whole thing upside down. The whole point was this. When I was sewing on my sewing machine, I would sit down through the day and my baby would play. And then at night, I would get up, put on some music and dance. I would start dancing at around 7, maybe 7 p.m. and I would dance for 2-3 hours. And what that did was rock the baby to sleep. And sure to the claim, my babies were born with their systems completely opposite. They were able to wake up and play through the day, and then at night, at 7 p.m., they would look for or try and find that soothing, that rocking feeling. And so at 7 o'clock, I would prep them up for sleep. So my advice is this, and here's the theory, guys. Make sure you rest in the day and make sure that you play in the night. Give it a try. Let me know how that goes, and I hope it works out for you. Thank you so much, and keep it tuned for more hacks, secrets, tips on the Queendom. I'll see you guys soon.